Today, most American citizens probably don't think much about how their country's transportation system began. It's now very easy to get from place to place. A New York businessman can easily get to an important meeting in Los Angeles. A ride to the airport, a direct flight, and after a few short hours, you can be on the West Coast of America. Millions of Americans take trips like this every year. But traveling across North America wasn't always so easy. It took 200 years of innovations, creativity, and hard work to get where we are today. This transportation revolution actually began in the 1800s with a lot of hot air. Engineer Robert Fulton used a steam engine to power his boat up the Hudson River, a journey of around 150 miles. Fulton's trip was a big success, and in a few years, there were steamboats on many of America's rivers. There were innovations on land, too. In 1830, inventor Peter Cooper built a small, steam-powered train called Tom Thumb. Train travel became popular, and thousands of miles of new railroad tracks were built. The tracks connected almost every major city in the eastern United States. But Americans wanted to do more and go even further. The next goal was to connect the East Coast to the West. In 1869, after 6 years of hard work, the nation's first transcontinental railroad was completed. Before, a trip from New York to California could take many months. Now, people could travel coast to coast in just a few days. The Transcontinental Railroad had a huge impact on the West. People built new towns near the railroad tracks, and cities grew quickly. Industry and business boomed. And for the first time, Americans began commuting to work. New ways of traveling appeared on the ground and underground. In San Francisco and other cities, people began using streetcars or cable cars to get around. By 1904, New York City opened its first subway line. Today, it's one of the largest in the world. At the same time, Americans were also exploring air travel. The world's first successful flight was in 1903 by American brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright. 11 years later, the country's first airline company started doing business. Since that day, aircraft have become bigger, faster, and safer. Now, America has about 70 commercial airlines. It's the largest and busiest air transportation system in the world, with more than 35,000 flights leaving from American airports every day. 200 years ago, long-distance travel was difficult and took days or weeks. Now, you can cross from the east to the west coast of America in just a few hours. These innovations in travel have brought us a very long way.